Hello, Mary Meet. So I thought I would do a quick video with some tips on how to learn to see auras. Now, everybody has the ability to see auras. I don't subscribe to the idea that these so-called supernatural abilities are something that's only a gift of the few. And I think that you should be very skeptical when somebody claims to have such abilities and then also tells you that no, it's a special gift that only a few selected out people have, because that tend well, I'm not saying that everybody that says that are a bit crooked, but for a lot of people that is making themselves sound more important. But of course some people are more talented than not, but everybody has the ability to learn this. But it is an ability that, well, some people, it just suddenly they've been able to do it their whole life, or they suddenly boom, it's there. But for most people you have to work on it. And so, one tip before I start: do not compare yourself with others. A lot of books and videos and courses about this gives you a timeline about, oh, well, you should be able to do this when you practice so much and this when you practice so much. And then that point comes and you haven't gotten as good as that says yet, and you get discouraged and you stop doing it. And basically, with these things, it's very, very individual at what point you learn what. So I would say just stick with it until you learn it, because you will learn it if you stick with it, but don't have basically some sort of timeline in mind for how quickly you will learn it. Some people will get it immediately, snap, there. Others have to work on it for years before they are able to do it. Also, don't get too hung up on the idea of colors, because not everybody sees the same auric colors as the various books says. Well, this color means such and this color means such and such. And some people don't see colors at all. You see the aura and you get a feeling, and then for many people that is far more accurate than trying to interpret a color. So let's get on to some basic exercises. Now, uh, what you want to do is that you will either have to work with a partner, but then again, that partner doesn't have to be human. It can be your cat when it lies there sleeping sweetly, or even a plant. But if you don't have a partner, you can use your hand. Hold your hand up against me. It is easier to do it if you have a plain background, and if that background is white or some other light neutral color, that is the best, because that makes it the easiest to see. So basically, uh, a busy background like you see here with the bookcase behind me is far more difficult, because especially in the beginning, where what you will see generally is very subtle. So yeah, so basically focus on your target. Let's use the example of your hand. Hold it up and you're supposed to focus on it, but not directly, because when you focus directly on your hand, all you're going to see is a hand. But basically focus behind the hand. Basically, see is as if you are seeing right through the hand and into a meter or two behind the hand. And then let your eyes just slightly unfocus. And you can try to get it, because for some people there's a sweet spot when you see it or not. And just learn to relax your eyes, basically not really focusing, just sort of just pointing your eyes at some distance behind your hand and you're slightly unfocused. It can take a little bit of time, but you will get it. And eventually you will get to the point where you will see sort of like a white outline, or just a slight blurring of the edges around your fingers, or around the cactus or your cat, or this is the beginning of seeing the aura. Now, of course, some people will say it's just basically a vision disturbance because of your unfocused eyes. That might be, but it's also the first step in seeing an aura. So basically, you will want to do this. Basically, do it when you have a few moments. You don't have to sit and do it focused and concentrated for hours on end, because trust me, that will give you a headache, because you're letting your eyes unfocused. It's an unusual way to work with your eyes, and especially in the beginning, that will strain your eyes. But there's a few things that you should remember here. Don't try to force it. Basically, just sit there, look at a point behind what you're looking at, and just let your eyes slightly unfocus. And wait until you see basically like a slight outline. You will know it when you see it. Sometimes it can be slightly shimmering. Sometimes it's just basically like the lines becomes more diffused. Uh, that's when you know you're starting to get there, because that's the starting of seeing the aura. The best, like I said, is a white background, but any background will do, but a white background is the best. So just do it every now and again when the commercials are on, when you're watching a show, or you have a couple of minutes before you're taking something off the stove. Just do it every now and again, but practice it regularly until you get to that point. And then you continue doing it until you can see that outline begin to grow and begin to form a shape around you, or just basically some then will start after a while to see colors or even symbols within this aura field. Others will just see shimmering, as you know, when you are barbecuing, you will see that shimmering of the hot air. Some will see just about that next to your fingers or the cactus or whatever it's you're working with. Another good idea to be doing is to um, do this when you, for example, are on the bus, because then people just sit there, listen to music, and do basically nothing. So just pick out some person and just look at them, let your eyes slightly unfocus, and see if you can see their aura. Now, like I said, it's very important not to panic if you don't see colors. Not everybody will see colors, and I believe that the colors are more a construct of the mind. It's more just like drawing the correct tarot card for you that day is more like your mind causes basically your fingers to put it in the right place. The same way your mind says, oh, well, it will be easier for my person to focus on this and to get something out of it if it's color coded. You might just see that shimmer of energy, but once you get that, you can begin to try to focus. How do I feel? Perhaps you feel you watch somebody and you feel bubbly and happy, or you feel sad, or you feel anxious, and then you learn basically emotional cues to let you be able to read that aura. For some people, like I said, it is colors, but it can be anything. Some even have other senses. Some can hear something, a tune that's nowhere there physically, or they might see, when they're looking at somebody's aura, they might see synchronicities around them. For example, you sit there and watch somebody's aura on the bus, and you drive past 3 yellow cars, and you have, after a while, built up what the different synchronicities mean, and you can use that. And some people can smell something. But in the beginning, I wouldn't be too concerned about reading the aura. Take this step by step. So begin with that very, very simple exercise to learn to see it. Because it's not really that much that you're seeing it. Because it's not that so much your physical eyes that are seeing it. It's your mind, it's your soul that is sensing it. It's just that it gets interpreted through your eyes. So, just to repeat it, you watch something that's alive. And you just let your eyes slightly basically you look a point behind it. Everybody has a sweet spot, so you have to find that sweet spot. For some people, it's you're basically just looking behind it. Some have basically a specific distance, and then you just let your eyes slightly unfocus, and you wait. You need some patience for this until you either see a blurry outline or perhaps a bit of a white line around it, or it can be some sort of basically shimmering in the air. And you work with that until that gets stronger. And basically you can begin to focus on reading the aura once you get these basics right. Because what you're learning here is not so much what do you see with your physical eyes, it's more learning to connect to an energy field. And once you have learned this to do this with living things, you can also learn to do it with physical things, because everything has an energetic presence, an aura, if you will. So yeah, that's an exercise I recommend. It's very, very easy. And like I said, do not compare yourself to others, because that will just result in you feeling bad about it if you don't develop as quickly as the book says. And you can get really, 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 really skilled. It's not a race to get there the quickest. You don't do it too long at a time, but do practice regularly. And if you start to feel your eyes straining, then stop. You don't strain to do it, let it happen naturally. Just sit there, focus on a point behind your target, let your eyes slightly unfocus and relax. Don't think it has to happen now, it has to happen now, it has to happen now. Just relax. And you will often find that when you first start to see something, you're thinking, oh, it's happening, I'm seeing it, and poof, it's gone. Because you get out of that relaxed state where you're able to see this. So you need to focus on basically containing that, and eventually you will get better and better. You will see it quicker and quicker, and you will also see more and more. Now, most people cannot see the entire energy field. Some people can, because our energy field are huge. Most people can only see the things that are right next to the body, but some learn to see the entire energy field. But start with just think the skin and then go out, and then basically learn to work with it. But once you get those basics right, then you will be ready to find how you can interpret this, how you can work with it. So yeah, that's a very simple exercise. And yeah, enjoy it and have fun. I hope you have a great day, and blessed be.